Alright guys, welcome back to History Saver 1941. Welcome to the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg. We are standing on East Cemetery Hill, a place I've read about in books, seen in movies, TV shows, documentaries, and everything in between. This is a surreal feeling to be standing exactly where I'm standing now. So we are going to take you through Cemetery Hill, and I'm going to, I don't want the camera on me talking all the time. I want you guys to actually see kind of what I'm seeing as I'm walking around and looking at it. So on July the 2nd, 1863, second day of the battle, Confederate General Robert E. Lee was determined to build on the momentum from his army's victory the preceding day. So determined to build his momentum from his previous day's victory, his plan initially was to attack both ends of the Union line with equal vigor, but as the morning wore on, he decided that the principal assault would be made against the Union left. General Richard S. Edwell therefore instructed to make a simultaneous demonstration upon the enemy's right to be converted into a real attack should the opportunity offer. And during the time of the battle, taken from somewhere in this vicinity that you see here, this photograph was taken. And the field of attack was mostly open at the time of the battle. Union General George Meade spent the morning of July the 2nd bringing up more troops. He was extending his lines and strengthening his position. As each hour passed, the Union Army grew stronger and more confident. When Confederate General James Longstreet's assault opened up on the Union left at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Southern artillery unlimbered to the east on Benner's Hill and bombarded our position at Cemetery Hill. They were soon joined by cannons along Seminary Ridge, which is to my rear, and this created a terrible crossfire on this portion of the Union line. Union batteries on Clup's Hill, Stevens Knoll, and here on Cemetery Hill, where I'm at now, from these cannon positions, returned fire. The Confederate cannons on Benner's Hill were overmatched and finally silenced. And this is a picture of Union artillery on Cemetery Hill, which actually devastated the Confederates' assaulting position. As dusk approached, it appeared that the men along the eastern slopes of Cemetery Hill, where I'm at, will be spared from the day's fighting, but it was not to be. 2 brigades of Confederate infantry, some 2,000 men, under the command of General Harry T. Hayes and Colonel Isaac Avery, moved from their positions in the low ground to the south and east of the town, stormed up the slopes of Cemetery Hill right here. They were demoralized and depleted by fighting on July the 1st. The men of the Union 1st Division, 11th Corps, were caught off guard with the ferocity of the rebel advance. Elements of both Hayes' Louisiana Tigers and Avery's North Carolina Tar Heels broke through the lines and temporarily captured the crest of the hill. But a short and desperate struggle ensued. With the help of timely reinforcements, the Confederate attack was driven back and the Union line was restored. Within weeks of the battle, local Gettysburg attorney David McCotney began to secure significant areas of the field, starting with a small tract where you now stand. So that is basically how this battle ensued here on Cemetery Hill and East Cemetery Hill. And why was it called Cemetery Hill? Well, here's a little look at what we're looking at right now. This is the Evergreen Cemetery gates, the infamous gatehouse that I've seen in so many photos. And you'll see that with a before and now photo. But this is, it's awesome to stand here and just look. Of course, you got more trees on the battlefield now than you did back then on the hills. But this was one of the pivotal spots of the Battle of Gettysburg. This is what's synonymous with the Battle of Gettysburg, is this position. Now nearby we have the Jenny Wade House, which we will show you in a later video. It's just off to my left here as we're overlooking the crest on East Cemetery Hill. But behind me is the Evergreen Cemetery, which was founded in the 1850s, and it was a non-denominational town cemetery. The gatehouse was from 1855 and was the home of the caretaker and a symbolic entrance to the city of the dead. During the Battle of Gettysburg, that gatehouse was synonymous with a photograph that we all know of. And we're going to pull that photograph out now. We're standing, if you see this photograph, and I'll put another one up. We're standing exactly where this photograph was pretty much taken from. Somewhere around this angle. How neat. And we'll talk more about this gatehouse and that cemetery when we get to Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. So we are walking back to the car, ready to hit our next spot, which is going to take us to Cups Hill, and then Little Round Top, Devil's Den, Big Round Top, all of these synonymous places. And I just can't help but stare at the wonder of what's around me here. I mean, this tree right here, I've seen this tree in so many photographs, and I just, it literally takes you back. You've seen men shaking hands from both sides. It's just, it's surreal.